Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode on the Core Aura podcast, the new 40. My name is Satveer Kaur, and welcome to another beautiful episode as I discuss with you my 12-week journey to 40, where I'm embarking on a mission, let's say, to get to my strongest physically, mentally, and spiritually. So yeah, I'm actually completed week 7, approaching now week 8, and I thought I'd just give you a quick rundown of how it's gone, what I've learnt, yeah, and just what's ahead really. And also, as well as discussing my own personal journey, as well as we're also here to give you good vibes, positive vibes, great times, good stories, encouragement, empower you to become your true, authentic self and just live life. You know what I mean? Just be free, do what you need to do in life to be happy. And yeah, so I have completed week 7 and I'm almost done with week 8, and it's been quite the ride, guys. Quite the freaking ride. It's mad because when you embark on a type of journey like this, well, it's the first time I've ever done anything like this, just really kind of setting myself a really tough plan just before I hit my milestone. Do you know what I mean? I really wanted to kind of challenge myself. I really want to bring out the best that I can out of me. I just want to learn so much. I think when I initially embarked on my change 2 years ago, it was all about studying myself. It was all about getting to know me, what I'm capable of, because I was so restricted. Like, I honestly thought that I was very limited with what I could achieve. And it's only when I kind of went on my change 2 years ago and I really kind of studied myself. I got to know myself again. I got to know my strengths, my weaknesses, although they're not really weaknesses. It's just things that you're not really strong at. However, it's all about learning, so you can easily strengthen those weaknesses over time. But yeah, it's been very challenging testing. I think I went all out there guns blazing, announcing my 12-week journey to 40, where I'm going to be achieving this. And at the same time, I'm setting up my new business, and it's just a lot. I've taken a lot on, but that's part of the challenge, isn't it? Dealing with it, coping with it, persevering, and and just really taking that time out to get where you need to be. So yeah, week 7 has been good, really good. Of course, as with any, you kind of have your ups and downs, but I think when I have the downs, it's just I've definitely found a new way of coping with the downs, approaching them differently. Just really, again, just riding out the storm sometimes and just persevering, just knowing that how you're feeling now is going to change. You are going to feel better. Just focus on yourself, just continue on the way you are. It gets hard. It gets really hard. A big thing that I've found as well since being on this 12-week journey, you learn a lot as well about people around you. You really do. The more you're trying to kind of focus on yourself, to better yourself, just to kind of grow as a human being. Do you know what I mean? You just want to kind of do better, be better. A lot of people I've found that I've come across kind of find that hard to kind of grasp and understand. Yeah. So it has been a very, very interesting couple of weeks, I must say. I mean, it's mad because as much as you're kind of committed and you want to, you're disciplined and you really want to hit your goals, you're really on that kind of, you're just determined because you've made an announcement to everyone, you're doing it for yourself as well, and you just, I do find a lot of the time there is that kind of lack of support And I don't know if anyone else is going through it. But it is one of those things. I think because when you embark on a journey like this, it's very personal to you. So I think a lot of the people around you that you kind of explain it to, they don't really get it. And that's fair enough, because it's nothing to do with them really. It's not their personal journey that they're embarking on. But it's just like sometimes I just know myself, like if I had someone was on like a journey and they were trying to achieve this, well, do you know what I mean? They're on this big milestone thing that they want to achieve. I'd just be there for them. I'd literally just give them encouragement. I would never kind of make them feel like they're being stupid or that they're not able to achieve it, because I'm very capable, trust me. But it's just interesting. I found the last couple of weeks it's just been very interesting seeing people's reactions. And the thing is as well, I'm very good because people don't even need to have to say it. I'm very good at reading people's energy. I read this really good quote the other day, and it said, my first language is energy. So you can say whatever you want. I'm going to know who you are, what type of person you are, before you even speak, really, because I can read that energy that you come with. And it's so true because I really do feel like I'm an energy-based person. And I think it all fits in with my spirituality. So yeah, the last couple of weeks have been quite difficult. They've been challenging. I think when you've got so much on as well, it's not that just that I can focus on my 12 weeks to 40. Do you know what I mean? There's so much more going on in the background that you have to deal with. I'm a mother, so I'm looking after my son in between, which is fine, no complaints. Do you know what I mean? That's my responsibilities, and I get it. I'm setting up my business, getting it off the road. I'm also dealing with a couple of more clients that we've gained since the last episode when we mentioned that we're looking for 2 people. We have actually found 2 people that we're working with, so that's really great. Just a lot going on, and then just general life in itself. Do you know what I mean? Hard times currently, like we mentioned on the last episode, so I don't really want to focus on it too much. But yeah, tough times out there. Tough times out there. This is why it's so important then to really focus on yourself and your inner being, and just really do that inner work on yourself, because you know what I mean? With everything that's going on outside, the time is now to get onto that, to get onto just finding out who you are, what it is it that you really want out of life. It gets to the point where you think, wow, our time on earth is just so quick. Like, time is fleeting, guys, and you just really want to make the most of it. And we're not saying go out there and be freaking reckless and violate others. No way, Jose. What I am saying is just really be true to yourself. Do you know what I mean? I think having spent so many years not doing that, and just completely being just not me really, and just feeling so afraid. Yeah, the time is now, guys. The tide is turning, and I feel it. It feels like a big awakening, a spiritual everywhere, where people are slowly awakening to their own individual needs. Do you know what I mean? And it's all about what you want. What is it that you really want? You've got to go out there and just achieve and get it, and just you are in control at all times. And if you want to change anything up in your life, if you're unhappy about anything, or then you really can change it. It's up to you to change it, and you really can. And I know there's that fear in a lot of us where we're just so used to being comfortable. We like to be in our comfort zone, don't we? And we really don't like to get out of it. But that's the whole adventure in it. If you really do step out of your comfort zone, it's almost like you enter upon a whole new world, and you will enjoy it, and things will just start really falling into place, and you'll start to feel better. You'll start to think differently. And trust me, once you start thinking differently, that is a whole game changer. But all it takes is it's small, steady steps. And I suppose that's what's called, not I suppose, it is what Court Aura is all about. This is what we encourage in people. There's so many of us that are walking around like Hunchback of Notre Dame, just looking down into the ground and, and just not looking up and appreciating and just looking around and embracing what it is, everything around you. Just embrace it all, It's not all about the material, the physical side of things. Really look out into the world and you'll just see so much more than crappiness, because there's a lot of happiness out there, I guarantee you. And all it takes is just a few changes here and there, just changing your mindset, just changing your outlook, eating better, exercising, just these small steps. Your body deserves it, yourself deserves it. You've got to really get on it. And when we are feeling in a slump and we don't know where to turn and that, it does take that. If you really want to change things up and you no longer want to feel so crappy, then you can change it. So if you actually want Court Aura to help you with that, then come along. You can find more information on our website, www.courtaura.co.uk. You can follow us on Instagram, courtaura_, where you'll just find a bit more information about who we are, what we do, what we offer, and if it tickles your fancy, then get in touch. Because we're always here to help. We're here to help anyone that is looking to improve their life, looking to improve their health and wellness. Then give us a call, contact us, and we can help you. We want to find and help as many people as we can and get them living their best life possible. So let's begin. Right, so let's go into how I did with my nutrition these last couple of weeks. I'd probably say my nutrition has gone okay. And I'll keep it as okay. I could have done a lot better as in kept with my timings, ate more specific foods to my individual goals. But I do find, because we've been working so hard on the business and we're adding a few bits, we're making some changes, it's been really hard to keep up with nutrition to suit me to get to my goals. So it has been quite a challenging couple of weeks. I've eaten well overall. Do you know what I mean? When I look back to the way I used to eat back in the day, like my dieting era, it was quite funny when I look back on it. Because now it's like I feel really paranoid if I haven't eaten for, like, it's gone 4 hours and I've not eaten anything. Before, I used to think that was really good. Like, oh yeah, I haven't eaten for this many hours. Yes. Thinking that's going to impact my body and help me lose weight. But it's only now I'm like, oh my gosh, it's been 4 hours of not eating. Okay, the cravings are going to start kicking in. I'm going to start feeling like crap. My energy levels are going to go down. I'm going to start just wanting to eat anything and anything or anyone. So yeah, it does make you, I think when you learn more about nutrition and fitness, and you kind of expand on your knowledge on it, it just makes you more aware. And then it also makes you look back on how you were how you would like do things in the past. And it just makes you laugh. But it is what it is, that's the thing. When you kind of have lack of knowledge, which is exactly what I had. I didn't have any knowledge. You just follow the crowd, don't you? You go for the latest fad diet that's going on. You think that starving yourself and just eating the bare minimum is going to help you lose weight. But how wrong was I? And it's no wonder that you kind of weren't getting the results with what I was doing like a few years back. But yeah, so overall my nutrition has been kind of good rather. It could have been a lot better, just so it could kind of correlate with my individual body goals to help me achieve those. I could have definitely eaten a lot more specific, but it happens. Do you know what I mean? I can't really be too hard on myself. It's not like I was actively doing that. It was just the way it happened because we had so much going on. So yeah, so with that, the fitness as well, I must admit, I'm kind of working out a lot more at home now, rather than the gym. I've had to kind of just, I think with the whole cost of it all and everything and cost of living going up, I've had to make a few cutbacks, and the gym was one. And the only reason why I made that decision was because I have quite a few weights at home. I would be able to kind of just temporary, because the plan is definitely to go back to the gym, because the kind of body goals I want to achieve definitely would involve gym equipment, gym weights. Mine's quite limited at home what I do have the equipment. So I mean, like I said, it's all temporary. I've had to make these adjustments to fit in with what everything that I'm doing, and I'm just making up for it at home, and then we'll take it from there. But ideally, the plan was for the whole of this 12 weeks to 40 was to obviously go hard at the gym. But you know, you to give yourself a plan. The more you set a plan up and you plan it out, the more likely it is it doesn't work, because other things come into play. Other factors come into play which you don't really consider when you sat there making that big public declaration about your big plan to 40. But loads of other things have kind of come out of the woodwork, which kind of, yeah, throws you off balance a bit on your actual plan. But it's okay. All that means is you just make adjustments, and you just go with the flow, and that's it really. It's not like I've given up. I'm just kind of doing an alternative, and it's only temporary until I can comfortably go back to the gym and really focus on that. And the thing of the biggie is as well, I don't have my gym buddy, my trainer at the minute. He's also embarked on setting up his own business. That's really, really good. So excited for him. But in the meantime, that does involve like less time at the gym to be trained, so which is fair enough. But I'm hoping by next month rather, where he has more time, and I'm hoping as well that I'll be able to kind of get back at the gym, and then we can start training together again, which will be great. Because I really need it. Other forms of fitness I forgot to mention as well. I've also embarked on what's it called? Combat fighting, boxing, combat training, which is really, really good. And I've had a few sessions so far. Been on a bit of a break because our trainer is on holiday. But yeah, combat training is something that I freaking love. Honestly, when I've done a session, I feel like, woo! After, I feel so exhausted, like I'm gonna faint after. But it makes me feel so good and so pumped and just wow. Because as much as you're keeping fit, you know, you're looking after yourself internally, you're also gaining skills, which I think is really good, like self-defense skills, especially as a woman. I think it's really important for us to kind of have those self-defense skills, just to keep you kind of protected, really. That sounds really sad to say, doesn't it? But it's the reality. Do you know what I mean? We can't just sugarcoat things. That is the reality. I definitely recommend as women that we definitely need some type of self-defense training. Yeah. So that is really good. My son also does it as well. So yeah, fun times. We spend some good quality time together, which is what it's all about. And at the same time, we're learning a massive, great skill. So yeah, good times. I'm really enjoying that. I'm also prepping and planning my hike to Mount Snowdon, which if you told me a few years ago I'd be doing that, I would be like, yeah, right, shut up. I wouldn't even move out of my pit sometimes. I'd literally come from my pit upstairs, which is my bed, and then I would come down on the sofa and just lie there, just create another pit. And now for me to be so active is just mad. It's just amazing. It's not even mad, it's amazing. Like, honestly, I'm so grateful that I embarked on this change in the first place. It's just been the best thing for me, my soul, my inner being. It just feeling so aligned and doing things that I love, and it's just so exciting, guys. So as much as I have my downers, I do have these really wicked times where I'm like, this is what it's about. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing. And it's so cool. So spirituality wise on my journey so far, I'm loving it. I'm loving it so much. I'm finding as well, as I'm kind of going more into my whole journey to 40, the way I keep putting emphasis on the 40, the milestone, 40 years old. I think with my spirituality and the way I'm exploring that side of me more, it's making me kind of not see myself at an age anymore. I mean, if that makes sense, because like I previously discussed on another episode, I really believe that we're spiritual beings having a human experience. With that being said, I feel like the more I'm kind of getting to my 40th, and people are asking me, what have you got planned, this, that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm elevating for my 40th. I'm going to have a big celebration because personally, I've reached my 40th a complete different person. Like, do you know what I mean? I could have gone such a different route, and who knows where I would have been at 40, like, honestly, and that's not a good thing. So with that being said, I'm definitely going to be having a big ass celebration for my 40th. However, me personally, as I explore my spirituality, I don't kind of see put an age on me anymore. It's more about just as you're getting older, your body's aging. That's it. My inner being is kind of like ageless. There is no age to our souls, kind of thing. So yeah, just as my body ages, really, but putting an emphasis on me, on saying I'm going to be 40, this, that, thinking nothing's really changed. I feel the same. Do you know what I mean? So with my spirituality, I'm definitely exploring more of who we are and where we've come from and where we're going, and just by I just feel very ageless and weightless. It's mad. The more I'm kind of emphasizing that I'm going to be 40, really, it's kind of, I feel like I'm letting go of the fact that by putting an age on it, I'm literally just embracing who I'm becoming as I'm aging. I'm just embracing the whole process, really, of what life is. So yeah, it has been really interesting. With my 40th approaching, it kind of doesn't seem so important anymore, if that makes sense. It just seems so different. It's really more deeper than that. And it's like, I'm just loving who I'm turning into and who I'm becoming. And I feel so true to myself. Do you know what I mean? And it's just a weird one. I think it's not about age anymore. It's not about hitting that milestone or other milestones to come. It's just embracing my life as a whole, really. So yeah, went a bit deep there, didn't I? And hopefully people got it. It's a weird one, but like I said, it's still something I'm exploring. It's mad, isn't it? But yeah, something I'm still exploring. A good thing that I do like to do is I really like to take time out for myself. The ways in which I do that is just sometimes, even if it's like just having a nice bath, You know, you just got to, I think with the whole busyness of life, what goes on in your life, it's really important to ensure that you're taking that time out just on yourself and just really focusing, because as much as we're got our responsibilities, do you know what I mean? Mothers, wives, sisters, daughters, we're still us. There's still us as an individual that's going through their own individual journey of life that you want to always kind of take time out to connect with. Yeah, so I've been doing a lot of that. I think as well, I just feel a lot. Oh, I think another biggie is that I want to mention as well. I think as I'm exploring more of like who I am, my spiritual side, of really kind of challenging myself, and it just makes you kind of look deeper into yourself. And it made me think as well when I mentioned like where have I come from, where have any of us come from. I meant like as in from our family, our ancestors, those who came before us. It's really made me so curious and intrigued that these feelings and thoughts that you go through, these challenges you face, and you just wonder the ones that came before you, you know, your grandparents, your ancestors, and just this whole line of your generation that came before you. And you just really kind of wonder, did they go through the same? Did they have the same thoughts and feelings? I always think sometimes the traits that I have in my personality, have they come from like others that stood here before me in my bloodline? And it's just so interesting. It's made me so intrigued to find out more, that I'm actually now trying to look back on my family history. I want to look at my family tree. I want to know where I've come from. I really want to know the story behind how we are here where we are now, because obviously we originate from India. So my grandparents, both sides, came down to England before the partition in India happened, and they came down to work and help, you know, just who knows. I really want to know, you know, they came and they wanted better for their families, I guess, right? And they wanted to build their futures. They wanted to build that generational wealth up, and give a good start to their families and the generations to come after them. And it's just something I really want to explore. It just makes me feel so connected to my past when I think about it. It's really mad, and it's just made me feel so excited, so much to do and to find out. And so yeah, I'm on a little mission to find that out as well. So when I do have a bit of spare time, I try and go onto some like records online and just search as much as I can and ask around. It's a hard one, I think, 'cause not many records back from back then, before the partition. There's a lot of documentation that has been missed or destroyed or just not there. So it's going to be a hard one, but I'm loving it. I really want to go back as far as I can just to find out really just more about my roots, really. I think it's just really good to know. Well, I find it just so interesting, and I really want to know more about me and where I've come from. So yeah, I'm on a little mini mission to do all that, look into all that. So when I do get a bit of spare time, that's definitely something I'm going to follow through, and I cannot wait to find out my history. And it'd be good as well to let you guys know as well, and hopefully encourage you all to kind of look back on your timeline, your bloodline, and see where you're from and what you're all about. Because just like how our ancestors, our grandparents are no longer here and they've had their time, and that's soon going to happen to us, guys. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, real. Gosh, I sound really deep on this episode today, don't I? I think that's it as well. I think when you're on this type of journey where you're really finding out about yourself and putting yourself through this challenging times and just really testing yourself, yeah, you just really want to know more. You're just curious to know more, and there is so much out there to learn about ourselves. It's a never-ending game of learning, which I'm loving. But yeah, so guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up because it's been a bit of a weird one. But we'll save it for week 9. Like I said, I'm finishing off week 8 now, and I'll do another episode as I finish week 9, and just to let you know how it's going, where I am, and take it from there, really. So yeah, so remember to keep up to date with us. If you want to find out more, visit our website www.courtaura.co.uk, or you can follow us on Instagram, courtaura_, where you can message us. You can find out what we do, what we're all about. Yes. So until the next time, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. It has been a weird one, right? So I have enjoyed it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode as well. And until the next time, take care, you beautiful people. Love to you all.